Hello everyone. Now a new Boruto database just dropped. These are akin to the Naruto data books, where they explain various jutsus, events, and characters. This is just completely digitalized, and they explain various jutsu and characters like the Naruto one. So just take it as that or something synonymous to that. And of course, they come with the great treat of being translated for us already. Unlike the Naruto data books, which only have a few official translations, and most of them are not officially translated. But yeah, these often don't contain enough information to make like a fully analyzed video breaking it down with like crazy editing or stuff. So I'll just go over them every once in a while once they release. And of course, a new one just dropped today, that being an explanation on the Rasengan Uzuhiko. Now, I did have a video previously breaking down this jutsu with the information we had. I'll link it in the description below. It gives a much greater breakdown, but this gives a few tidbits that we were not aware of and could not be aware of due to the lack of information presented within chapter 3. Let me know if you guys want these little quick breakdown videos though, because again, these just don't contain enough information to make an entire video. Come off kind of long-winded, but whatever. Let's actually get to what they said about the Rasengan Uzuhiko. Now, classification ninjutsu, okay. This confirms that it is not a sage jutsu like people were wondering, even though Boruto doesn't have sage mode. I thought that was pretty obvious. Though what I didn't know what was obvious is if it incorporated any type of nature energy or things like that. Sorry, that was my phone going off. Incorporated any type of nature energy or things like that, and just besides Boruto's chakra. So how they explain it is a new form of the Rasengan that utilizes not only one's chakra or one's own chakra, but also the planet's rotation and orbit, plus the corresponding centrifugal and other forces, in addition to the damage that a standard Rasengan causes. It destroys the target's sense of balance, debilitating them due to the unceasing nature of the planetary movement. The effects of the Uzuhiko do not fade. So they're basically telling you right now, if Boruto doesn't get rid of the jutsu, it just doesn't goes away. So it's endless damage that not only messes with your balance, but rips you to shreds from the inside out almost infinitely, right? Until you die, basically. Resulting in not just physical harm, but untold psychological damage. Boruto refers to the planetary energy used for Uzuhiko as a planet's chakra, but this is not the same as nature energy used by ninjas, such as Naruto and Mitsuki, when they enter Sage mode. So that's basically confirming it right there. This is not nature energy, or this does not incorporate the nature energy of the planet, but something different in its entirety, that being the planet's chakra. So to kind of put it into perspective for you guys, it is the planet's chakra, not nature energy, Boruto's chakra, the orbit and rotation of the planet, other centrifugal and other forces, which they just don't name here, in addition to whatever the base amp of the Rasengan is. To break it down even further, no, this is basically telling you that it does not cap at planetary. It includes planetary power and energy, but it's amped up by a multitude of different things. And it doesn't fade at all. So it's not just physical harm, it's psychological damage as well. An untold portion of this is basically telling you that all the stuff we saw happen to Code that's not the end all be all, right? More stuff will happen that just aren't told to us, at least right now, within chapter 3 or up to chapter 10. I think what makes this jutsu, way more deadly than its everlasting effects and fact that it just bypasses conventional durability is the fact that you don't need to hit your opponent to activate it. As long as your opponent can touch you or land a hit on your body, like let's say someone punches you, the Rasengan Uzuhiko would just encase their body. Because like Boruto said versus Code, when Code grabbed Boruto's arm, he was already halfway dead, and the Rasengan Uzuhiko had already begun to take over his body. So people often think that this part is necessary. No, this was just Boruto hitting him with a Rasengan to show him, that he means business. But the ability was already activated as stated by Boruto and Code when Code touched Boruto initially. This kind of also just goes to show how much of a prodigy Boruto is, because no one, and I mean no one in the series has made as a complex jutsu that ends up being this powerful. right? This does basically every form of damage. This also bypasses conventional durability, and it somehow is the strongest offensive and defensive ninjutsu I've ever seen. I mean, you don't even need to hit the person. If the person is faster than you, like let's say someone comes around blitzing Boruto, as long as they touch Boruto physically, they're cooked. Doesn't matter what they have around them, doesn't matter what ability they have, doesn't matter if Boruto can't ever touch them himself. They're just done. That's why this is by far one of my favorite, if not my favorite, my favorite ninjutsu ever. Sorry for that. But again, this also is just kudos to Code, right? Because even though Code was just completely unable to do anything to Boruto right here, he was completely at Boruto's mercy, and Boruto was really holding back because he did not want to kill Code. Code still stood up after taking this attack. Yeah, it didn't do that much damage because Boruto didn't have it on him for so long, and he was still kind of just weird, woozy, and had the drunk effect applied to him. But still, this guy's endurance is insane. I'm not going to say durability because he is just getting damaged by all of these, but his ability to endure a beating is just second to none. I mean, he endured it from Damon, even though Damon was holding back also, got up, walked away, got beat up by Kawashiki, got beat up by Borushiki, got beat up by Boruto. I mean, the guy's a trooper. They also kind of explained the Rasengan or the normal Rasengan too. They didn't really have to do this one because this was explained in Naruto. But whatever. The wielders are Minato, Jiraiya, Naruto, Konohamaru, Boruto, and others. I don't know who the others are. Maybe this is coming from the people who copied it, like Kakashi or something, but whatever. A technique that attacks with a ball of chakra, compressed and rotated in the palm of one's hand. It was originally developed by Minato Namikaze, who is said to have taken inspiration from Biju bombs used by the tailed beast. This is, this is explained in Naruto, the Minato one-shot. Whatever, didn't really need this. There wasn't any more information released today, right? There was a few back then. If y'all guys, want me to make videos covering all of these, I will. But the website is narutoofficials.com, and you just go to the either feature tab or all tab, and they should just be right there. This gives info and news on everything Naruto or Boruto, like the games, birthdays, and when new Boruto volumes are released as well. This also gives info on the sneak peeks of Boruto when they're released. These are released like on Twitter and on the website. This is the website that they're released on, right? It gives you the Japanese raws and, tells you when the issue is going to arrive and chapter arrives. So check out this website for all the new Boruto news. Again, you want me to cover it, just tell me below. I did want to talk about one more thing just while I'm here. It's not going to take that long, but it's again what they said about the Rasengan Uzuhiko. Now, I know when I was explaining it, I made sure to say that there was a difference between the planet's chakra and nature energy. What that difference is, we don't know, but I am aware that nature energy has a greater multiplier than just chakra, and it amps you on average just higher than normal chakra, right? So I'm interested to think if the planet's chakra also amps you way more than normal chakra, because then the amp from this, just, how I'm thinking of it, should be far greater than nature energy due to it just being much more, and the planet, I'm assuming, just being more potent than nature itself. What also kind of just has me thinking that, it should just clearly be more powerful and more of an amp than nature energy is because Kashin Koji, one of the people who trained Boruto, has access to nature energy. He's a perfect sage. He's able to instantly tap into sage mode. So just the way he operates, I would assume that he wouldn't give Boruto, who has the fate of the entire planet, a weaker jutsu or a weaker energy source. Just those kind of lead me to think maybe this is just a bigger overall amp. But of course, we won't know until they just outright say it. It's kind of just a minuscule difference, if any. But yeah, they also just make it clear that it's not the same as Naruto and Mitsuki when they enter Sage mode. So yeah, that's pretty much all that was released today. Again, I'll check this website pretty much from every week or so. Not every day because there's kind of 2 days one day in between every time they post. So there's no point in checking it every day, right? But yeah, tell me if you'll want more videos like this, just going over quickly the Boruto database. And yeah, it's just a quick little update. Goodbye.